Hi, I'm Kitty. I draw portraits, and here's how I drew this Cocker Spaniel. Just starting off by removing some of the pencil from my sketch so it doesn't smudge with the markers later. And I'm going in with a black fine liner to do the line work. This step is about preserving the construction of the head and the features and making sure I'm clumping the fur. I do cover this in my free pet portraits drawing guide, so I'll link that below. I'm getting all the curls in the ears, and again I did want to make sure I was clumping and simplifying the fur. And there's a little bit of small clumps where the head meets the neck. Once I'm happy with the line work, it's time for color. I'm using alcohol markers here, and this is a caramel brown color. I'm just going in and mapping where that color, where I see this color in the reference photo. I also have the reference photo link below in case you're interested where I got it. So I'm just coloring in. I'm making sure the marker brush strokes match the direction the hair and the fur is growing in. I'm also keeping it very loose, so I'm not trying to color in a solid block. I'm just trying to imply the direction the fur is growing in. I've got this warmer peach color that I'm going in to make some areas darker and warmer. So I've kind of decided to use it more on the ends of the ears, and again drawing in the direction of the waves. And then when I'm happy with that, I grab another darker, warmer brown, and I'm just doing the same thing, just getting into the ends of the ears. For the white parts of the fur, I went with a blue, which can be scary sometimes in the beginning, but you just kind of have to go with it and commit. I'm realizing I didn't let the liner dry long enough, so it did streak a little bit here. But you know, it's okay. Mistakes happen. So we're just gonna continue and kind of try and fix it up later. This dog is going to be backlit by a very sunny light source. So I'm also using the blue as the color of my shadows. I did think the blue was a bit strong, so I went in with a very light gray marker to pull the blue towards a gray color. I'm also using the gray as a color between the clumps of white fur to make them more defined. Then I'm going back in with the blue to put some shadows in the ears towards the bottoms and between the clumps of fur. I'm looking for value changes now in the reference photo so I can darken up any areas that need to be darker. And I'm using this yellow color as a sunny backlight to the dog. I'm just going around the edges. And now I'm trying to save the parts where the liner streaked. So first I'm trying a colorless blender just to try and like dilute some of that color. Now I'm going in with a gray and a blue, and I'm sort of trying to just put in some extra fur strokes. I'm trying to imply some more fur detail now in the white parts of the fur. So I'm using that blue again just to add some more texture and darken some of that fur. Same thing with the ears now, just adding some areas that should be darker, so giving it some depth where the ears curl towards the bottom. And then again, back to always just making sure we're clumping the fur. And because we use so much blue for the white parts of the fur, I wanted to go warmer on the ears. I also love these little brown nose freckle things this dog has going on. Now I'm using the black in the darkest value parts of the portrait. I've been really liking this lately. It's kind of inspired by like comic book art or illustrations where the darkest values are very, very dark. I've got an even darker blue now, and this is part of the same concept of just darkening the darkest parts. And again, blue is the color of the shadows that I wanted in this portrait. So I've got a opaque white liner pen, and I'm just adding some little details on the brightest parts of the portrait. You can also do this by trying to leave the white parts uncolored on the paper, but for fur especially, I like to add these little squiggly details in white. Adding some white highlights to the nose as well. And can't forget those little mustache hairs. I want the background to be a little more faded so that the portrait stands out more. So this is just a colorless alcohol marker that I'm using to fade out the yellow. And that's it. I'd love to make more videos, so if you have any feedback for me, please let me know in the comments. And don't forget to grab your free art guide in the link below. Thank you for watching.